On today's episode of Local to Global, we're going to continue trying to grow the company as we head into 1995 and potentially start looking at broadcast deals to maybe air a weekly TV show. Well, my name is Anders and this is Spike Piledriver Wrestling. It's Local to Global 1992 on Total Extreme Wrestling 9. If you're a fan of the series so far, make sure you subscribe to the channel, check out all the videos on the playlist, and like this video as well. Today, it's January of 1995, the start of year number 4, which is quite a long time. But we are on the brink of something really cool because we're slowly but surely making enough money where I think we're able to start increasing our production values. So if we look at our finance last month, we made nearly $3,000. We should be able to clear $3,000 today, well, in January. And I said a few months ago, if we get $3,000 a month in for consecutive months, we should be able to start increasing our production. And by increasing our production from all of the level 1s, we'll actually be able to get some broadcast deals as well. And maybe start airing a weekly TV show. And then we've got the challenge of whether we start taping every single week, or whether we block tape, or whether we even just get a broadcaster for our events instead and keep going how we're going. Anyway, that's for, hopefully, later in this episode. To set the scene, we've got Glory Road coming up first, and then Unleashed in the Tri-State. Obviously, we're based in the southeast, so that's where Glory Road would be held. That's on the first Friday of the month, the 6th of January 1995. Our current popularity in the southeast is 23. In the Tri-State, we are up to 12. And the spillover you can see everywhere else is slowly but surely coming up. We've got spillover in a few other nations as well, but it's mainly the focus on the US right now. Obviously, when we get to 35, which will be in a year's time, hopefully, just over, we'll move up to small and get even bigger, and more cost will come in, but more money will come in as well. Finance-wise, as said, we made a lot of money last month. We should make a lot of money on sponsorship this month as well, but we'll get to that. Our title situation is as it was at the end of last episode, obviously. We've not done anything since then. But Jeff Jarrett is our current heavyweight champion, has been since May, so he's on 245 days now of his second reign. First reign was 266, but if you've been following along, Robbie V, or RVD, Rob Van Dam, has been built up over the last sort of 6 to 9 months, and he is coming on strong. He's going to challenge Jarrett for the heavyweight title in our first show of the episode. Tag team division is an absolute mess because whenever we crown new champions, we get some sort of curse. So to recap, the Harris brothers were our second champions. One of those was injured for a year. Then not too long later, Kip Montana and Brett Colt, the Long Riders, became champions. Kip Montana out for over a year. He'll be back in April. You can see here they won the titles in December and were stripped of them in February, so it's over a year. Then we get to a point where Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge, the Public Enemy, are champions, but Rocco Rock moves to Canada, so he can't afford to keep bringing him in. So they lost the titles. Other tag teams have been, so we brought in the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher, as the Flying Spiders. They moved to Canada and Japan, so we got rid of them. The Dudleys, or not the Dudleys, came in, and Bully Ray was an absolute pain in the backside backstage, so he went. Their push got disrupted. So, tag team division is an absolute mess. These are our current tag teams, by the way. Legion of Death, Texas Outlaws, Ebony Experience, or Harlem Heat, the Eliminators, current champions, the Hardy Brothers, the Harris Brothers, the Long Riders, and we've re-signed Justin Hawk Bradshaw and Bobby Duncombe to become the Texas Mustangs as well. Speaking of re-signing, no, that's not, what have I done there? That's just the diary, okay. That's the page I'm looking for. We have brought in a few new signings as well for a few months. So the aforementioned Bobby Duncombe Jr. is coming in for 6 months, along with Justin Hawk. They're a new heel tag team. Flex Lavender, who I've never heard of, but he appeared on the Hidden Gems list and he's got some good popularity in the Tri-State and some pretty decent skills. He's coming in as a heel to job to people on our Unleashed show as well. And then where is Brian Clark, the Night Stalker? He's coming in because, again, he appeared on the creative Hidden Gems list. And again, good popularity, good skills, will be a decent addition to the roster, hopefully, and he's massive. Speaking of that creative list, Hidden Gems, who's on it now? I've not checked since making those signings. Nobody I wasn't already aware of, I don't think. Excellent. Right, let's go into our first show of the episode. And obviously, if you're familiar with the format, we'll go through 3 months unless we get a TV deal and have to start thinking about what we're going to do instead. But we've got a show on the Friday in the Southeast and then a show the next Saturday in Tri-State. Both are hour-long shows, usually last about an hour and 15. Sometimes we have to bump them up to an hour and a half. We'll generally feature 4 matches because that's what we want to pay people for. 264 fans expected in attendance today for Glory Road, which would be our record. We'll go for a generic venue as well. Booking team, if you're not familiar, the booking team is myself, Dave Hebner, Dean Malenko, Jeff Jarrett, Scotty the Body, Raven, and Joe Kazana, who is a cult favourite, and I've still not got any idea who he is. So there we go. We've got a couple of creative finishers stored here. We're going to buy another one or spend our creative energy on one. Shanghai Pierce, okay, next time he's in a match and winning, he will get that creative finish. Right, locker room incidents, always fun. I'm fully expecting Bradshaw to be causing issues backstage. Booker T, I wasn't expecting to cause issues, but he's having a pull-apart brawl with Johnny Grunge and gets a slap on the wrist. No, nobody's happy. Thank you. Dean Malenko trains 13 people, and that's it. Okay, Justin Hawk Bradshaw has gone 1 month without causing issues. Excellent. Right, let's not bother with anything addressing the locker room. Let's go in. Right, we have got Glory Road, which the 3 previous iterations, 42, 53, 50. So the bar is quite reasonably set for us to beat that. I'm hoping for something in the high 50s, low 60s to try and win the regional battle. That's our aim, to win the regional battle and continue growing. Ticket pricing is still very cheap, so we'll get lots of people through the doors. And I need to remember that we book the main event first. So let's do that now. Don't look. You can't see who's going to win the world title match. Jarrett's unhappy. That kind of gives you an idea. Obviously, if you were watching the last episode, you will have seen that I booked a tag team title match and accidentally set the wrong winner. So then had to alter the angle afterwards, where we corrected that. So I definitely know how to play this game. Right, we have booked 71 minutes on the docket, 86% matches, so that's within our threshold. And the booking analysis is just that Jeff Jarrett is very unhappy and no announcers yet because we don't need them. And that's a consideration we'll need to make as well going forward if we do get a broadcast deal, that we have to start broadcasting and we'll need an announcer. But that's not for right now. Okay, 269, nice, people in attendance in the Southeast. And we start with the Harris brothers getting a victory over Matt Hyson and Eddie Golden. So Matt Hyson is Spike Dudley. H-Bomb puts the end of things for Eddie Golden, and the creative finish that was used, because it was a Ron Harris creative finish, was a success. Harris brothers put in a solid performance. Ron with a slightly better in the mid-40s, but a good, strong start to the show. A 40 rating overall. Gets the crowd heat nice, hot, and rising. We go in with Joe Kazana, cult favourite. Gets a victory over Killer Kyle. Another guy I'm not really familiar with. 37, I think this is the second time they faced off in the company, and they faced off a few times in SMW as well. But Kazana, without any specific finisher, gets the victory. 39, back to his good performances. Last time out, I think he got a mid-20. So the push, is it a push? Who knows? Continues for Joe Kazana. Then we get an Eliminators tag team title defense against former champions Legion of Death. And Tommy Angel and Brian Lee put in really solid performances once again. 55s. Our tag champions down in the 30s, but still really quite solid. Saturn gets the victory after the total elimination on Angel, and that's their first defense of the tag team titles, even though they didn't technically win it in a match, because I'm not a particularly good player of this game. 46 rating, though, is good. Crowd hot. Everyone gets nice bonuses there as well. Right, we go to Jeff Jarrett, who tells the fans that he's the only 2-time heavyweight champion. He's the longest reigning champion, and that will continue after tonight. Robbie V might be on a run, but he's not faced Double J yet, and he won't take his title. Jarrett worked the crowd well, used his freedom to improvise to his advantage. A 74 is an excellent segment rating, and it goes into our main event, which drops a 73. Cracking effort from everyone involved. Jarrett with a 70, RVD up there with a 52. The creative finish was a success, and Rob Van Dam with the Van Daminator gets the victory in 23 minutes and 27 seconds to win the SPW heavyweight title. And that 73 is, I think, matching our best match ever. I will have to check after the show. But that is a great way to start 1995, the year of Van Dam. The culmination of a fantastic 6+ months is seen as RVD is handed the heavyweight title. Robbie V thanks the fans for their support, and without them and his immense ability, this wouldn't be possible. A 47, not great, but that match gives us a 69 show rating, which I think, we'll check in a second, is our best ever show. That deserves some praise for both of the main eventers. RVD and Jeff Jarrett, excellent, excellent performance. Everyone's pleased about it. Finance-wise, we've made a fantastic profit on the show. This is why we need to have tickets, apparently. We've started, by the way, we've put tickets on the Tri-State show. I'm not sure if I covered that in the last episode, but we are now, for Unleashed, going to start charging people to come and watch us. We a very good low number of pay. That's good sentence there. It's helped us there, and we brought in a lot of money on ticket sales. Overall profit is good. That means I think we're definitely going to cover 3,000 for the month, but we'll get there soon, obviously. 24 up to now in the southeast, slowly continuing to grow, which is excellent. And I just want to double check how that fares against the rest of our best matches and best shows throughout this save, because I'm pretty sure it's matching the best match and is the best show. So once this loading screen, which seems to get longer every time we play, goes through, we'll have a look. Mabel's been hired by New Japan. I don't care. I'm not sure why he's still on my shortlist, but well, it is. Glory Road 1995 is the best event in the save. 69. The first 69 we've ever got. Match-wise, that matches the Jerry Lynn Jeff Jarrett cage match from Doomsday in June of 1993. So RVD has gone from 12th, I think was his best match. Yeah, no, 11th there. So it was just inside the top 10. His match against Scotty the Body at Endgame, which was our show of the year last year, is now joint top in terms of best match in the company. So there's Endgame from August last year. And obviously best attendance in history as well, 269. Unleashed is getting up there as well. So one of the last Unleashed shows just tipped into the top 10. Obviously that will go down a little bit now because we are charging people to enter. So excellent. I just want to quick check RVD's popularity after that victory. 42. I think that's what it was before. Yeah, still 42 even with that victory over Jarrett, who drops down to 48. But we want to try and get his Tri-State up as well now. So we're going to have him defend the title on Unleashed. I don't think we're going to use any of our new debuting people this time around because I've already pre-booked stuff for Unleashed before making those signings. But we are going to make a lot of money in January, so I'm excited. If we clear 5,000, which we won't do, but if we do clear 5,000, I'll jump straight into making those production changes. Anyway, let's advance to Unleashed in the Tri-State for our back-to-back weekend of shows at the beginning of January. We are on a roll after that one. Obviously, some of the shows in the last episode, particularly Collision Course, which is our season finale, I was personally very disappointed with, but it was still really good. 140 is expected, and we're actually charging people now as well. So I think we are anyway. I'll have to double check, but I don't think we can double check now. Now we're already through. But we'll generic venue anyway. Booking team wise, we haven't got enough to spend on anything useful right now. Locker. Oh, there we go. There we go. Justin Hooks being obnoxious, provoking Spike Dudley. Bradshaw, thank you. Excellent. Slap on the wrist. Spike's calling it soft. John Cronus and Flex Lavender, still don't know who he is, had to be separated after a heated argument. Wonderful. And then butted heads again. So neither of them have got a particularly bad personality. So what's that all about? Canyon's come to me with it. I forgot Canyon was even on the roster. There we go. He's grew out creative finish. Wonderful. D Malenko trains 6 people and we go on. Excellent. Wonderful. Last time out, we got a 50 rating off the back of a Tommy Dreamer D Malenko match in the main event. Tonight, we've got a main event of RVD and Chris Candido. So hopefully, we'll get something similar. Probably not quite as good because nobody is at the level of Dean Malenko. Right, let's go in with this as our main event there. Do we have a creative finish we want to use, potentially? No, we don't. I used them all. Excellent. Right, we'll book that one. And then the angle that goes along with it. Then we'll drop in the Tommy Dreamer match as the co-main event. Then the Eliminators defending their tag titles. And then Ace D'Lo Brown can be in the opener against Johnny Grunge, whose tag team partner has left him high and dry. So he's going to start jobbing some of that popularity out. Johnny Grunge is unhappy. Yep, some people are being used too much. Who really cares? Not me. Excellent. Let's go for our show. 137 in attendance. I think it's paid. I hope it's paid. Ace Brown puts in a pretty solid performance against Johnny Grunge and gets the victory with a sky high, a 34 to open the show, which is better than his last time he opened the show against Spike Dudley, which got a 5. Current worst match in company history. But good showing from both men. Ace Brown will get better, obviously. D'Lo, that is. And then we used his ability as a good orator. He celebrates his victory and tells the fans that they need to get down with the Brown because he is the new ace of the company. Lots of puns definitely intended. These are just the first steps. He's going all the way to the top. Thank you there, D'Lo. 46. I like D'Lo Brown. Hopefully he will start performing pretty well. The Eliminators defeat Spike Dudley and Chris Daniels. John Cronus with a total elimination. Gets the pinfall on Daniels, designed to tell a specific story and gets their second defense of the titles. Nobody really is a ring general in this yet because Daniels is still green as grass and so is Spike Dudley. But a 29 is not a bad effort, all things considering. Obviously, the ratings in Unleashed should be lower than the ratings on all the other Southeast shows because they just do not have the popularity that we do in the Southeast. Tommy Dreamer, however, gets a good victory, 44, with victory over Brett Colt, 12 minutes. Both men putting in solid performances. This is just kind of a keep Dreamer ticking on and just give Bart Gunn a bit of use for a change. RVD is happy to bring... I'm going to have to start changing. I'm going to change his name to Rob Van Dam. I need to. He's happy to bring the SPW title to Unleashed, and he set an open challenge for tonight. That's been filled by Chris Candido. And RVD will be happy to wrestle him hard and fair, but come out on top. 44 rating for the segment. Hopefully the match does better. It does the same. 44. The crowd let us down a little bit. But RVD gets the victory with a Van Terminator and makes his first defense of the title. One day after winning it, he's put in a shift this week. A 44 performance gets a 44 match rating, and that is good enough for a 42 overall, which I think should just get us on par, if not ahead of ECW in the Tri-State Regional Battle. Obviously, we're not going to win it like we are definitely going to win in the Southeast. Finance-wise, yes, we've made ticket sales, so we haven't quite made a profit on the show, but generally that's good. That's the first load of ticket sales we've made, and hopefully we still get the bump up in popularity in the Tri-State, which we do. It's up to 14! What? 14? Is that because people paid as well? I'm confused. Why have we gone up 2? That's. I don't think that's been happened at all in the save, that we've gone up 2 popularity points on the back of one show. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not happened in the whole life of this save. Now, obviously, we're into year number 4 now, but that is incredible. I'm very, very chuffed with that. I want to see this spillover, how that's fallen out as well. From going up. If we can make 2 popularity gains per show, that's even better. I mean, that's good. Right, let's have a quick look at that, and then we'll obviously go forward to the end of the month, check out the finances for January, and start looking towards our February shows. You can see here, morale from Stevie Ray and Raven is a big problem. Right. Finance-wise, we are... That's a lot of money coming from ticket sales. Sponsorship's going to be even higher. We're going to make a lot of money this month. That is fantastic. Size-wise, up to 14, 24 in the Southeast. The spillover's going nicely. We're going to start ticking up even more elsewhere as well. Keep making that merchandise money. But right, we'll go forward now for the rest of the month. And then we've got Ascension... just as we get into February, on the 3rd of February, followed by Unleashed as well. Right, excellent. Ascension's there. See you in a second as we get into our next 2 shows. Alright then, we are into February, and as you can see here, before we even go any further, we just cleared $5 grand in a single month. Wow. Just hang on. $5,143 of profit in January of 1995. We are on the move. Excellent. Right, before we get to any of the fun stuff. Mail-wise, Killer Kyle is injured. He's broken his neck. He's going to be out for over a year. His contract expires in 2 months, so we'll just let that run. Looking at his on the match, though, it was on an SMW show against Joe Kazana. He's taking out his competition. Well, yeah, at least it wasn't on our show. That's fine. Right. What we will do is we will run Ascension and Unleash because they've already been booked. I'm not going to cancel them and do anything now on those shows. We're going to run them as standard. Get some more money in from them. And then we will go to our production page and start upgrading things because we need to upgrade things in order to get a broadcasting deal. So I believe we need to do 2 upgrades on the production values, 1 on the broadcast quality, and then a couple on music. Because if we continue doing small-time music, we're going to get fined soon, and that could ruin our finances completely. So we will run through the 2 shows now. Ascension is up first. It's got a few matches, including Kane against RVD. Jarrett and Scotty the Body have both got matches as well. Debut tag team match. And then we'll do it Unleashed. And then we will handle the production and start looking at potential broadcasting deals. It is happening. And it's happening after these 2 shows. This is a big moment that... I mean, it could be the downfall of the company moving to TV. But, you know, it's one of those steps we need to make. If we want to continue growing, that is what we need to do. We will obviously... 299 fans are expected. This is going up so much, so quickly. I mean, the fact the wrestling industry is now rising as well. The economy's gone up to strong and falling again, so that's just going up and down like nobody's business. But we're going to go generic venue. No pre-show incidents to note. Booking team meeting up to 144. We'll buy a creative finish again because why not? Near certainty. Excellent. Maybe use that in one of the matches tonight if I can remember, because we know I don't very often remember to do that sort of thing. Dean Malenko does training for 13 people. Bradshaw. Why have I brought him back? He did this last time. Every single show he was at, he caused issues. Raven's a big boy, though, so he doesn't really care. Okay, right. Last year's Ascension got a 51, the year before a 47 and a 42, so it's continuing to improve, and hopefully it will. I mean, that when we got a 51 with a Dean Malenko Jeff Jarrett main event getting a 62. Anyway, we'll go through now, and I'm not really sure what order to put the matches in. I'm tempted to go with the title match as the main event because, well, it's the title match, so let's do that. We'll give it a creative finish as well, just to try and give it a nice little boost. It's RVD against Kane in the main event. Then I think we want to do Jarrett in the co-main event against Brian Lee, and Raven against Tommy Angel for the match beforehand. And then we've got the debuting Texas Mustangs with pain in the backside, John Bradshaw Layfield against the Hardy Boys. And that's the start of the show. And I think we're ready to just go in. Yeah, we are. Let's do it. Let's go in and see how we get on. This 309 people are in attendance. By the way, we won the regional battle in the Southeast, obviously. And finished last in the regional battle in the Tri-State. So, yeah, probably less obvious. But Bradshaw and Bobby Duncombe are both rusty, so that's good. They did get tag team specialist bonuses, just like the Hardys, but the Hardys also got great chemistry. 23. Hardys pulled off the victory, by the way. We're not stupid. We're not going to job them out to some new cowboys who are pains in the backside. But Jeff Hardy with the one after the Omega event. 23. Good start to the show. Crowd still hot and rising. So we are 24 is our popularity in the Southeast. So that's just about good enough there. Moving on. Scott. I see this is a good choice. Scotty the Body defeats Tommy Angel with a power driver. Gets a 42. Both guys put in a 47 performance, which was apparently not enough to breach a slightly higher rating than 42. But that's because the crowd were a little bit lower, the crowd rating. But White Hart, good start to the show, good first half of the show. Raven then does a bit of a promo afterwards. He's still pissed off that RVD is a champion and his ascension to the title. Ascension being the name of the show, so I've used that in the notes here because You get me? Scotty thinks he should still be champion and wants his shot, but he's not the only one, because then Jeff Jarrett beats Brian Lee with another pile driver. This one gets a 50 as well. They've got good chemistry. I'm getting a little bit worried that this show might not be as good as some of our other ones, because I'm not convinced that Kane will be able to be carried to a great match yet with RVD. But Jarrett gets the victory, good chemistry, great promo afterwards. He announces his intention to become a 3-time champion, puts Robbie V on notice. 69, nice for that one. And then the main event gets a 47, and Kane's broken his jaw. Okay, this show, after all of that talk going into it, a little bit disappointing. Okay, this is what happens apparently. RVD makes his second defense of the title. The creative finish was a success, but that broken jaw hindered the result, I guess. Yep, he still got a boost to popularity though. Only a 49. That we're not going to win the regional battle with a 49. That's for damn sure. Right, finish the show off. Injury review. It's only 14 days he's out for. That's fine. He can be back for whenever we next need him. Finance-wise, we've made such a big amount of money on this show. 1,133. That's just with cheap tickets as well. Very cheap tickets. So that's a lot of money. Popularity recap up to 25. Keep growing. We keep growing. And we keep growing some more. We could be at small soon. I thought that said Shane Strickland. Then I was like, what is Swerve doing in this database so early on? It's only 1995, but it's not. It's Shane Shamrock. And he's a completely different person. Clearly. Okay, that was a disappointing show. But, okay, Jeff Jarrett isn't a fan of Justin Hawke. Neither is Raven. Well, I don't know why I brought him in, honestly. I just wanted another tag team. They'll only be here for a few months. Maybe we shouldn't have brought him in. Let's put it that way. Right, we'll go straight into Unleashed, and then we'll mess around with the production. Okay, that's Haystacks Calhoun Jr. Right, so on this one, obviously we're in the Tri-State again. If you're not familiar, we do this. We probably won't be doing this in the future because we're going to start doing TV shows. We aren't going to be running a show in the Tri-State and in the Southeast every month because I'll get booker burnout. Right, let's go in. Tri-State, yes, we want to do generic. 138 in attendance as expected. Probably be a little bit lower because we finished last in the regional battle. That's the word I'm looking for. We got plenty of stored creative energy. We'll buy a character idea. Okay, let's do that. Big gamble. Yep, fine. Move on. Locker room incidents. Justin Bradshaw. Bradshaw again. Not joining the rest of the locker room on a night out. And now has to buy drinks for everyone. Okay. Canyon. Forgot he was here again. Yep. He's annoyed. Wonderful. John Cronus and Johnny Grunge having an argument. Wonderful. Candido failed to show up for a meeting, got fined. Small positive impact. Candido's happy. Dean Malenko and Matt Hyson have been... Okay, so Spike Dudley's taking on... Dean Malenko's taking on Spike Dudley. That'll help him improve. That's good. And he's trained 4 people as well. Flex Lavender, who will be making his debut tonight, whoever he is. Address the locker room. I want to call out... Where is he? Justin Hawke Bradshaw. You. We're going to choose you to call you out. Soured my relationship with him. Okay, it hasn't worked. That hasn't worked. Okay, we've got Flex Lavender against Johnny Grunge, RVD against Tex Slazenger, terrorizing against Brian Lee, and then the Eliminators against Golden and Daniels, and hopefully these people are all present. Yes, none of the people we are booking are absent tonight. Right, our main event will obviously be RVD. Because I've still not changed his name, it's still Robbie V. Then we've got no decent... I don't have any confidence in any of these matches as the co-main event, so we'll just do those. It's going to be a shorter show, only one angle. Should be fine though. Booking analysis wise, yeah, we're okay. 61 minutes. Just we filled an hour. We filled an hour. That's all that matters. I want to get through this one quickly because I want to see what happens when we mess around with production. Right. Eliminators defeat Golden and Daniels in 9 minutes with total elimination. Make their third defense of the titles. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the tag team division. Honestly, I really have not got a clue. 33 rating is good. generally speaking, for the people involved. Wonderful. Next up, Terrorizing beats Brian Lee. Brian Lee only drops to 35, which is not very good at all. Inverted Indian Deathlock for Terrorizing gets the victory. 32. He's improving, I guess. 23 is his rating. It's fine. Flex Lavender. Still, I don't know who he is. He's some sort of bodybuilder gimmick. He's the IWCCW television champion. And he defeats Johnny Grunge in his debut. Gets a 31. Okay. Fine. Nothing special going on there. RVD's a fighting champion. He'll fight anyone on any night. Tonight's challenge comes from former tag champion Tex Slazenger. Hopefully, this will be better than everything else we've seen, because we need something to pull the ratings up. It is a 37. Okay, I can't quite rely on RVD to carry anyone like previous champions we've had. So maybe this title reign won't last 2 years. That's okay. That's poor show. 38 still gets us an increase in popularity in the tri-state, but that's nowhere near good enough for anything. Ticket sales are good. Only a little bit of a loss on the show. Popularity-wise, up to 15. Okay, fine. Okay, right. I think what I need to do now is have a look at what we can do with our production, because we're at that point. I think I'm so tempted to just get through to the end of the month and then do it at the beginning of March. Bank a bit more money and then do it. I think I might have to. What I will do is I will not book anything for our next event yet. I'll get through when it's full throttle. It's literally the 3rd. Okay, so I'll get through to the 1st of March. We'll have a look at how much money we've made for February, and then I will do the production changes and look to sign a broadcasting deal. I just want that little bit of extra money in the bank, pun intended, I guess, before making the big change. Right, we'll do that. We'll be back in a second for some big decisions on what we need to do. Okay then, here we go. It's the 1st of March, so we can go through our finances, but first we'll look at the regional battles, because they aren't as pretty as they usually are. A 49 gets us 3rd in the southeast, which ain't great, but we'll manage, and last in the tri-state by a long way. That was to be expected. Right, let's... $5,923 made for the month of February. We are rolling in it now. Look at that. Nearly 24,000, which is brilliant. Hopefully that doesn't all disappear as we make changes to our production. Okay, before we do so, let's look at size. Size-wise, we're up to 10 in the spillover areas, 25 in the southeast, 15 in the tri-state. As I say, 10 in mid-Atlantic, mid-south, 5 and a few more, slowly picking up everywhere. Does that mean we're still at 1s and 2s in the rest of the world where we can get something? We are getting there. We are definitely getting there. But what we need to do now is production. Right, so production values. We are going to upgrade twice. Broadcast quality, we're going to upgrade once. And then music, we're going to upgrade twice. And then we're going to have a look at what broadcasters are available to us. So here we go. Right. Production value. I'm hoping there's going to be some after all this. In fact, let's just check. Let's just check. Oh, before we go anywhere. Right. Coverage in the southeast. Yeah, that's what we want to do. There will be some. Let's just quickly check. Like, what size do we need to be for here? 15 in 2 regions. We tick that box. That's fine. So we could get US syndication small. That'd be good. We could. So that means I'm guessing we should be able to get very small. You need 25. I need to be a small size company. Oh, that seems like it's probably a problem. I'm not bothered though. You get better coverage for less requirements. Okay. What about like the TNN of this world? Then you need mid-south, and you need to be 20 in mid-south and southeast, which we won't be. We're not small either, so we can't get on TNN just yet. But we could. I'm doing it. We're going for it. We're taking that plunge. Right, production, upgrade. It's going to cost us upfront 500, and then it'll be 500 per month and 150 per night. This is a lot of money. We're going for it. Okay, we're up to amateur, and then we're going to do it again for semi-pro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money per... Yeah. Okay. Fine. leave the live event experience for now. Broadcast quality up 1. So it's upgrading is free, but it's cost 500 per show. This is a big day. Music, we're upgrading twice from generic to local. So it's free upgrades, but costs money per show. And what about upgrading to small here? 2,000 per night? No. Right. What does that uncover for us? View broadcasters. Reset. We'll negotiate, yes. We have options. Okay. There are syndication options as expected. And then we could... No, we don't want just coverage in the southeast. I think we want coverage... This one here. This US syndication small is, I think, where we want to go. So, here we go. Let's... Do we want to just do for events? Or do we want a new deal for event? Do we need to create... Hang on. Do we need to create a TV show first? How do we add a new TV show? Oh, okay, how do we... I need a name. I need a name for a TV show. I've not even thought of a name for a TV show. Have we got a good logo on some of the shows we don't use anymore? Like, which one's got good show? Redemption's not a bad logo. No, Remorse isn't great. Undisputed, not great. I forgot about all these shows. Maybe we just take Unleashed. I like the Unleashed logo. Should we do that? It's been our show in the Tri-State. It's... Okay. Unleashed. Okay, we're doing it. Unleashed. I hadn't thought about... Oh. Okay, so it's not in the TV folder. I can't... We'll do that. We'll do it in a minute. Right, it's an A show. It's going to be an hour long. Fridays are usually pretty good, so we'll do Fridays. Shows on Fridays. It's going to toss her. I'm going to go with the midway point of just taping 2 shows at a time rather than all 4 and see how we get on there. Avoid. No, we don't want to avoid. Okay. Save. Off-air TV. Excellent. Okay, now if we go here, new deal for Unleashed. Big day. Right, they're not willing to offer us a deal that long. And not willing to offer that time slot. So what about evening? Early evening. Are they off wanting... Okay. No, they're not wanting to offer any... 58! That's a lot. Daytime, 37. We could do 37. Graveyards, 29. Late night, 46. It's probably a bit long. 3. They're only offering us a 3-month deal. And not keen on that. Okay, what about Graveyard? Happy with Graveyard. Okay, this is probably not the greatest potential. Okay, just your purpose. Should we see him push a little bit more for the revenue split? Okay, can we just go for the whole revenue? They would not pay anything for this. Would not pay anything per show for this deal. Yeah. Won't accept any deal unless they have exclusive rights, apart from on our own network. They're happy to be 3 months Graveyard. What about daytime? No, they're not willing to offer us that time slot. Or that one. Any of them. What about late night? Not paying that much per show. Oh, this is going to be a terrible error, isn't it? It's only for 3 months. We can't make that big of a mistake in 3 months, surely. Right? Okay, we're going for it. They're going to agree? Yes. Okay. Right, and now should we get a coverage for our events as well and still keep doing the... Yeah, we'll still keep doing the events. New deal for events. They're not willing to offer us that long a deal. Okay, that time shut slot. I mean... They're going to have to go Graveyard again, and we just have all the revenue to the company, surely. Yes, that's fine. They don't want any of the revenue. All of it to us. That's fine. That's okay. We'll go with that. We'll agree it. Okay. So... Okay. We're ready. This Unleashed show with his TV's now on. This one here, this is going to be modified and made dormant because we're not doing 2 shows a month as well as everything else. I don't know what to do now. I don't. We've got Full Throttle also happening on the 3rd. What about our availability? Everyone, Christopher Daniels isn't available. So what if we're going to put our events now on the first Sunday, I think? Unleashed is gone. That's just the TV taping now. It's fine. So we make it the first Sunday. What does that do? There's a few people out for a few events on some days. But Sunday generally looks like it's an okay day. Right. We'll do that. Okay. I'm going to modify all the events and figure out what we're going to do with TV. I think this might be where we end the episode. It's a little bit shorter than normal, but been a big one because we now got massive amounts of production costs to spend. So, that's a lot. That's a lot of money coming in. But hopefully, we'll get by running more shows. We'll make more money and get more coverage and more growth. We'll be back for the next episode when we start running our TV in 2 days' time. I've got no idea how we're going to run a weekly TV show, but it's all about growing and seeing how we do things. So let's do that. We've got... Maybe I should have just done the events coverage for a few months and seen how we get on. But no, we're going for it. Go big or go home. I'm going to go... Well, I'm already at home. But I'm going to end the episode here. And hopefully this hasn't completely ruined this save game. If it wipes us out financially, it's only for 3 months. So by the time we get to June, we can just go back to what we were doing and start again. Hopefully with a bit of a boost to our popularity. But in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly shorter episode, but it's been chaotic. I've put the cap back on because I seem to book better with the cap on, but I'm now not doing any booking. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like the video, check out all the other videos here on Spike Piledriver. My name's Bonanzas, and once again, I will see you in the next episode where we're going to start taping TV shows. I don't know what the format's going to be, but we're going to tape TV. Thanks for watching.